name is Raul Herrera. I was a seaman. We were running the beach going north towards the Milai Peninsula, and we were surprised by 3 bunker positions from the beach. It all happened so we were broadcasting our Chuhoi program with it. We had a loudspeaker team on board, and we were broadcasting a pre-recorded message in Vietnamese, Chuhoi, give up your arms. And the gunner's mate in the gun tub noticed some activity on the sand dunes, and he had earphones on, and so did I, and the boatswain mate in the fantail, he had earphones on as well. Speakers, we were able to communicate between the 3 of us. And I heard the gunner tell the boatswain mate that there was activity on the beach. And, well, says, I don't know, this doesn't sound too good. You might not want to tell Mr. Bergen, this doesn't look good, the gunner told the boatswain mate. And the boatswain mate immediately told the officer. And so that wound up having Mr. Bergen bring the boat to a halt. And Mr. Bergen got up from his position. He had a .30 caliber machine gun rigged on the stanchions of the side of on the port side of the swift boat. And he got up from the deck, and when he went to look down the binoculars that the boatswain mate had above the machine gun, that's when they opened up on us. And I saw a round of bullets coming from the beach, just like you saw in the John Wayne movies, that you see the dust popping up and then the water. And the last round that hit our boat hit the frame, the bottom frame of our window in the pilot house where I was. The engineman that was at that time on board with us, Jim Schneider, he was driving in the pilot house. And that round hit the frame, not in the middle of the width of the frame, but up towards the top, just a fraction of an inch away from the actual glass. And the round managed to come through the frame, but just dropped on the table, right in front of me. And I don't know, when you're that age, sometimes you think you're invincible and nothing will happen to you, it'll happen to somebody else. I clearly remember I had my flak jacket open, no shirt, nothing, just bare chested and just open. And that round would have come directly at my chest. And so for that reason, today I still keep thinking, why not me? Why not me? As it turns out, when we started getting hit, the engineman, Jim Schneider, slapped the 2 throttles in the pilot house forward. The boatswain mate threw Mr. Bergen to the deck and out of harm's way. Mr. Bergen got up on the fantail, and on the after controls, he pushed him forward as well at the same time, and that killed the engines. So we were dead in the water. We couldn't get the engine started. But we were returning fire, and we could hear bullets hitting the boat and just whizzing by, and it seemed like hours, but it was just an instant. And eventually, as the engines were turned back on, we immediately went and made way towards the sea so we could regroup and engage the enemy again. And that's when I discovered that the boatswain had been hit. He took an automatic rifle round through the eye and exited through his back, and there was still a pulse, but very light pulse. I was ordered by Mr. Bergen. He, being the youngest crew member, he didn't want me to see the condition that the boatswain was in. I know that the engineman ran to the fantail and cradled boatswain in his lap. And Mr. Bergen and I was rushing towards the fantail because we stopped a distance away from the beach, and Mr. Bergen prevented me from going back there. And they always seem to protect me. And so he ordered me to take the PCF out to sea and conduct flash traffic, open traffic. In other words, give our position away, coordinates and everything, and rendezvous with a larger ship out in the ocean so that we could bring a medevac chopper. I called in medevac as well and told them we were going to rendezvous with the big ship. Today, I'm still searching for that particular vessel. I haven't been successful yet to find that vessel that took him on board. I do recall coming alongside the big ship and they lowered a basket down to the deck, and of course the Blue Water Navy sailors were that close to combat but far enough away, and they found this curious to them, and then they started taking pictures, and my gunner's mate was just about to climb up there and just cause them damage, because we didn't want any of that. And I clearly recall, because the boatsmates always have a coffee mug in their hand, and boats always wanted coffee. That's who he was. And in my anger and my frustration, I clearly remember I took the coffee pot and his mug, and I took it and I wanted to give him coffee, because I knew that would make him feel better. And so it's one of the hardest things I can remember about the boatswain that I carried with me. But that was it.